Hey World of History, I'm Pablo.
And I'm Laura.
And welcome to Warsaw Today. Hey Laura, how are you doing this fine day?
I'm doing pretty well, Pablo. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Today's topic is about, that's right, you guessed it,
the peace treaty between Rome and Carthage. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Today's topic is actually about the Peloponnesian War between two strong rivals, Athens and Sparta. Now we're going to analyze and take a look at the pros and cons from each side.
Okay, let's start with the pros and cons of Athens. Athens had a very powerful navy. Also, they were the leaders of the Delian League, whose purpose was to keep fighting the Persian Empire. They also had a very good trade system, which was by sea, and the government was democratic.
Now a con is the plague of Athens, which killed 1/3 of the Athenian population, which put a huge disadvantage for them in the war.
Laura, tell me the pros of Sparta.
The Spartans had a large and powerful army, and also led the Peloponnesian League, also called the Spartan Alliance. They made decisions based on war, peace,
That's ironic.
and alliances. They are also located in the Euphrates River Valley, the area most fertile in Greece, and had mountain ranges that made it difficult for armies to cross.
The cons of Sparta, besides the mistreating of young boys taken at the age of 7 to be trained by the military, they also had a very violent society and a fear of revolution.
And now we're going to hand it over to Melanie, who is at the scene with a Spartan soldier. Hey Melanie, nice to see you.
Tell us more about the war.
Hey guys, what started off as any other dispute turned into quite a hot topic, known as the Peloponnesian War between Athens and Sparta. Both powerful Greek city-states had fought as allies in the Greco-Persian Wars between 499 and 449 BC. In the wake of the Persian retreat, however, of Athens growing more powerful and tensions rising, escalating into almost 3 decades of war. Now here with me is a Spartan soldier. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks for having me.
Now, Sparta and Athens are currently in the third and hopefully last phase of the war. What caused this never-ending conflict?
Well, we saw Athens getting more powerful, and Sparta, we're the greatest. We can't have that. They had rising power in the naval army, and they were building walls around their ports and their cities. So we got a little suspicious. And they were messing with some of our allies, so of course we had to take some action.
Interesting. Now how would you sum up to what is now known as the First Peloponnesian War?
It was pretty short. We were kind of indirectly fighting.
I see. We have a question from one of our viewers here. They ask, could you possibly explain warfare in the Second Peloponnesian War? # Team Sparta.
Well, it's very similar to all of the warfare in previous wars. This is one of the longest conflicts in the history of Greece. But basically, hoplites were the main soldiers, and they fought in formations called a phalanx. But some of the newer developments in warfare was using slaves, mercenaries, and other resources to win.
Interesting. Any other important features regarding warfare?
Yeah, another technique we used was sieges. There's two main types of sieges. You can either starve them out by just waiting outside the walls so they can't leave, or repeatedly attacking the city until we break down the walls or break down a gate. Both of these were very time-consuming and used a lot of resources. So what we normally hope for is that somebody inside the city opens the gate for us and betrays their city. That's the easiest way of doing it.
Now, many of our viewers would like a little more insight on the war. I'm sure we'd all appreciate it.
Well, one of the main starting points was when the Athenians wanted Thrace's timber and other minerals, and they said no, so they asked help from us, Sparta, and we promised, yeah, we'll help you. Therefore, Athens put a trade embargo on us, and we were heated. We weren't about that, so we officially declared war on them because they put a trade embargo on us.
Now, any last things you want to say to anyone rooting for Sparta?
Nobody's ever been better than Sparta because Sparta's the greatest.
Well, you heard it here, folks. I'm Melanie. Thanks for watching.
So what happened after the war? Was one side more affected than the other? What were the long-term or short-term effects? Well, we're gonna go to Jeff, who's gonna answer all these questions. Take it away, Jeff.
The Peloponnesian War is now over, with lasting effects for people all over Greece. Families are experiencing financial difficulties. Those which have lost a member during the war were especially hard hit. The economy of Athens has also been affected negatively by the war. These silver mines, which are very important for the economic prosperity of Athens, had some of their slaves escape during the war. This resulted in a lower productivity for the mines. The mines did not recover until quite a while after the war, resulting in a low economy for Athens during that period. During the war, Sparta invaded Athens and instituted an oligarchy. After the war, Athenian citizens overthrew the oligarchy and reinstated the democracy that used to exist. The silver mines were recovered and started producing at their original rate, recovering the Athenian economy. After this, the Corinthian War broke out. In the Corinthian War, Athens was allied with Persia against Sparta, which was the opposite of the alliances that occurred during the Peloponnesian War. However, these alliances did not last, for Persia and Athens both had their own interests and were actively seeking them. The war effectively ended with the King's Peace, where Sparta, in a blatant contradiction to its previous statement, allowed Persia to overtake the Anatolian Greek city-states.
So, there you have it, the Peloponnesian War. We hope you enjoyed today's program, because we sure enjoyed making it. And from your favorite Wars newscast, Wars of Today, we'd like to wish you a great day. Until next time.